Alright, so today I'm still a little fatigued. I think everyone should assess how they feel before they start exercising. So take a moment to assess, are you recovered, not recovered? Need to focus on recovery, or are you ready to hit the training? I really think it's important not to be too over fatigued from any training, because I think you should be better from the training. So I'm gonna do some recovery with the bag.
So the bag, when you swing it, you can train the 3 planes of motion that you have. You have the transverse plane, which is the rotational side to side. The frontal one that everyone's kind of good at, that's like bench press, squat, deadlift. And you have a lateral plane, which is out to the side, which would be like a side plank. But when you use the transverse plane, like here, when you get into the rotational plane, it activates the entire body inherently, where you can isolate with like bench press or seated shoulder raises. I mean, there is some purpose for it, just like purely aesthetic reasons, but the training I propose and like to get into is beyond that. It's functional. More capabilities is what we're getting after. So here I get into the bag, and you can see clear examples of what rotation's like. And here you can rotate in a lot of ways, but just try adding rotation to your exercise is really what I'm getting at. So here there are more. This is focused on getting to a splits, a side splits. The bag weighs about 50 pounds, which is pretty light for me. I weigh about 170. So I still have not really found how to do these Cossack squats as well as I can do the front split squats, the ATG split squat. But these ones, I have a little bit of trouble coordinating both of the legs. This session, I think I learned how to push through the straight leg, but the bent leg, I'm not sure what I'm really supposed to be doing on it. I could look it up, but I'm just gonna experiment and just figure it out by myself. So I'm hoping that this will translate to getting the leg iron cross, which is like the straight leg splits, better than just doing the splits, as it has a more dynamic, has a range of motion. Here is the ATG split squat, which is Ben Patrick really emphasized this one, and for good reason. It teaches you how to use the hamstring to protect the knee, as well as conditioning the knee over the toes, which Ben Patrick is the knees over toes guy. And speaking of hamstrings, here is the Nordic curl. I've been implementing this a lot ever since I had a little bit of pain in my knee a couple weeks ago. And I think this is the main exercise for my legs. And until I can safely say that my knee has been pain-free for a couple weeks, I'm just going to do that to protect the knee joint. And here is just some play, some improvised movement I do here. I won't talk over it too much, but I try to work on the hops. I work the tuck position just so I can see this hop right here. And that comes from a tuck position. And getting on into the stretching, I did a little different kind of stretching as I filmed some other videos, some tutorials that stretched out the shoulders already, and I did the splits already. I just did the middle splits, which is the one I'm working on. So when you try to recover, it's really important to maintain steady emotions, not to be like overworked, wound too tight. Some people call it, where like, when you're at work and you're so stressed out that, even the slightest agitation will set you off into, like, you might snap into bad emotions. Or you could, when you get home from, this is just an example, where you get home from work and you're just so wiped out that you don't want to do anything. You're just so weary and you're just on the TV and nothing really else happens. Like, you're either playing video games or watching TV. So you want to try to stay in a good balance, be able to regulate and understand your emotions. It's a skill that everyone should work towards. I think it's called emotional intelligence, EQ, which is similar to IQ, which I think are soon to be dated metrics. Here's a great shoulder stretch, which is trying to get me towards the air chair. A double air chair is what I'm hoping towards. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching. You can finish out the rest of my stretching. Just please like and subscribe. Leave a comment what you'd like to see in the future. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.